Project listens, read, tutor, and is helping me learn to read.
READING spells reading.
Project Listen Reading Tutor is helping me learn to read.
According to the United States Department of Education, 75% of the nation's fourth graders cannot read proficiently. To address this problem, Project Listen has been developing an automated reading tutor that listens to children read aloud. Our goal is to help elementary school children learn to read with comprehension. In October 1996, we began the first long-term test of the reading tutor at an inner-city elementary school. The children in the pilot study were individually supervised by a school aide who escorted them out of class to use the reading tutor one at a time in a small room.
In the 1996-97 school year, 6 students were studied who used the Project Listen reading tutor throughout the entire school year. As a result of the information that we gained from these students, which was that they had achieved more than 2 years growth in the time they used the Project Listen tutor, we invited the project to join us in the summer as part of a reading clinic that we were offering to about 60 students who were struggling with reading.
We wanted the reading tutor to work in real classrooms with minimal attention from the teacher.
I can use the reading tutor all by myself.
Good.
The reading tutor gives the student praise for doing well or for improvement. The reading tutor is designed to work gracefully even when its speech recognition is less than perfect.
The reading tutor do not catch every mistake, but it still help me learn to read.
Our experience at the summer reading clinic guided us in redesigning the reading tutor to help children log in and choose stories themselves.
By keeping track of student performance on different words, the reading tutor tries to predict how difficult a story will be for a given child.
Computers
May be a little easy.
The reading tutor responds when the reader gets stuck, makes mistakes, or clicks for help. The reading tutor's responses are modeled in part after expert reading teachers and use recorded human voices.
I
Still. A here makes the sound A.
A
Rhymes with
seam.
I still have a dream.
In September 1997, 8 classrooms started using the reading tutor, running on Pentium Pro computers with extra memory. We used recordable CDs to capture every reading tutor session. The gigabytes of data we collected, along with feedback from teachers and students, are helping us refine the reading tutor to work better in real classrooms. We did a controlled study to evaluate the reading tutor compared to commercial reading software or to regular instruction in the same classroom. The children were individually pre-tested in January 1998 by independent testers and post-tested after using the reading tutor over a 4-month period.
The control study showed that the students who were using the reading tutor compared to students receiving conventional instruction showed significantly higher gains and dramatic gains in reading comprehension. Compared to a national cohort of students in reading, these students were closing the gap.
What I like about the reading tutor by Brittany.
I think my favorite story goes back to the pilot year watching Brittany, who was the youngster that I followed. Once she moved into 4th grade where she continued to use the reading tutor, I watched this child whose head always dropped when she read. When we started in fall of '96 and we chose her, she just wouldn't read. Yet I watched this child in 4th grade now, the 2nd year of the reading tutor, stand up and give an oral report in class, reading it from the script. I watched her not want to ever miss a time when she had to go next door to use the tutor because it wasn't directly in her classroom. I watched her raise her hand to answer in class, raise her hand to read aloud in class. And for me, having watched her longitudinally, because we're closing the gap with this youngster. She's making strides. And when I looked at her reading scores at the end of this next year, she's only about 6 months behind her peers now. And this is a child who a year and a half ago didn't know one word.
Please read this sentence again.
Now the reading tutor can use my voice to help other kids learn to read. Now the reading tutor can use my voice to help other kids learn to read.
What will it take for the reading tutor to help the millions of children who could benefit? We need to make the reading tutor help more children, address more problems, and build more skills. We need to bring down the costs of teacher training and technical support. We need to partner with industry to develop the reading tutor into commercially viable products that schools and families can afford.
A number of factors influence the amount of use of the tutor. I think, first of all, the teacher's facility with computers as a tool in the classroom was a very important piece of it. Teachers who were much more computer literate felt much more comfortable doing that. Teachers who are better organized in the classroom, who can have a system right away for children getting to the computer and knowing it's their turn. I think also teachers who have a level of confidence in their own skill, who don't feel that this is taking a child away from the time that I'm teaching. What happened was the teachers who had had the children in that original pilot, those children who were using it throughout that 96-97 school year, talked about the eureka those children had in reading. And that word spread through the staff that this might be a way to help a child who's struggling with reading.
I was initially very resistant to the reading tutor because I felt that it was taking children away from valuable instruction time. But I found as time has gone on that it's a program that they're very involved in and that they really want to do, and that it really has spurred them on to become readers, those who really weren't readers before.
I like it because I can read more better than I usually read, because I read very slow and I read very low and I can't really hear me.
The reading tutor really helped those children who were having a difficulty reading. It built their confidence, and it also helped the children who are the top of my class become challenged with the harder stories.
For the most part, we had a schedule, and the children would follow the schedule independently. They would go and get the next person. When you're teaching first grade, you're still doing a lot of whole group activity, and you don't find the time to put them on Project Listen, or sometimes you forget. You get caught up in an activity, and so the children aren't on it as often, or they should be on it more.
I think everybody should use the reading tutor. Good readers, reluctant readers, middle of the road. I think everybody should, because it's something personal to them. It gives immediate feedback, and they can move it at their own speed.
It helps you read, and when you get older, you'll know how to read and people won't tease you.
When I realized how much they liked using it, we stopped and we made a schedule, and they made check-off boxes, and they remind each other when it's their turn to be on it. So it's really become a daily part of our routine. We use it every day without fail.
Sometimes you just need that push for a child who has not had success in reading and who feels as though, I can't read. And if you can get the child to the point where they feel that, I can read, my goodness, I can read, then that means a teacher can then take over from there with the instruction that needs to go on for that child. I would love to have a reading tutor for every class in our building. I have seen that the reading tutor works.
Thank you for using the reading tutor.
1 minute is basically this long. You get 3 minutes per page.
That's a lot of pages. Okay.